Hi everyone, it's Lizzie. I've been missing you all. I just wanted to share some verses that I feel that God's really impressed on my heart over the last couple of weeks. And it's from Matthew 5, verse 14, and it says this: "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." And I've just been thinking about how we can share our light with people at this time. And it can be kind of challenging because we are physically isolated from each other, which makes it harder. But at the same time, I've noticed that people are asking questions a lot more than they might usually. And some people who wouldn't normally be open to talking about faith are more open. And I've heard people saying things like, oh, this is an opportunity to reflect, to recalibrate, to question values perhaps that they'd taken for granted about what our lives are built on. And I was thinking about this. I got an email from a former colleague, someone I'd worked with quite closely, but not really felt like I'd had much of an opportunity to talk to him about my faith. And it just had a passing comment at the end of the email saying that having a Christian faith helps in times like this, which kind of encouraged me because it made me realise, oh, he'd noticed that I did have a faith and I wasn't always sure I'd done a good job of sharing it. And I just thought about people that I've been talking to at work and in the community via the role I've been doing in coordinating volunteer support in our area of Grangetown. And I just noticed really that a lot of people are more heightened in their emotions at the moment. There's a sense for some of fear and worry and hopelessness. And initially I had my own worries, and it took me a while to sort of transition into a pattern of working from home. But I realised, talking to others, that that's so much harder when you don't have the hope in Jesus that we have, and you don't have the security of knowing that at the end of the day, God is in charge and that he is a good God. I was reminded about 1 Peter 3, verse 15, which says, "Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have." So I've just felt challenged to be able to share that hope and to take advantage of some of the opportunities that might open up that are not perhaps normally there with certain people. I've also really had a privilege of talking to lots of people in the community, both who are volunteering and also who've phoned up to ask for help and support from neighbours with things like shopping or picking up prescriptions. And people are really touched by the fact that somebody who they may not even know is willing to help them. And so I've been really privileged to get those messages of thanks and gratitude, even though actually the volunteers are doing a lot of the work. And I had one lovely voicemail message from an elderly lady who'd been helped by a volunteer who's also a Grace Church member, who was just completely overwhelmed by the compassion and the kindness that this person had showed. And she'd really felt that, as well as having practical support of her shopping done, she'd really felt loved. And the word she used was, I couldn't believe that somebody would do that for me. There was so much compassion and so much kindness there. So I just want to encourage you to think about how we can be a light at this kind of time with friends, neighbours and colleagues. Take care. Bye-bye.